It's always the best teams that can be like this.
I know.
Teams that are winning, successful. Jose Mourinho's Chelsea, the most hated team.
Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson.
What did they do?
The winningest team in the country.
Winning was their name.
Hated, adored, never ignored.
Okay, chill out. I didn't know that.
I
didn't know that. But Chelsea's Jose Mourinho hated. Why?
For
They won.
For being successful.
They won.
Arsenal fans are hated for being jarring. That's the difference.
Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of the FTF podcast, full-time footy show, match week 10. And we've got a very juicy episode because a lot has happened this week. You know, United and Chelsea played. First time that the panels played against each other, you know. And Arsenal will get to that, have lost as well. And also a lot of big teams dropped points this week, so it will be a very, very, very juicy one.
The consistency is insane, man. The consistency is very good.
Consistency? What consistency?
Our consistency as a podcast.
We've
been performing very well.
Only
missed one game week, which is the first one.
Yeah.
And after that, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
So make sure you lot
join the journey, follow the
team,
socials, all of that.
follow everything.
And the panel will stay the same. Maybe we'll start inviting some guests soon, hopefully soon.
Yeah, we will. Got some guests lined up.
So we'll go straight over to St. James's Park this weekend.
Is that what we're starting with?
Straight over there. And should I tell you why? Allah. That's what we're doing.
Wallahi taking him.
I can't lie to you. I didn't think it was gonna be that hard. I'll be honest with you.
Okay,
why are you jumping like that though?
I thought I was phone, bro. Look at my phone.
Yeah, but that was worse. Sorry, that was not worse than what Newcastle did to Arsenal on Saturday.
And what you had to watch and endure.
You know what I
And
mean?
you know what? Let's be real.
Alexander Isak.
You know what? I'm very happy. It happened to the mighty Arsenal. They call themselves mighty.
I don't think there's a better team that could happen to.
Yeah.
Like stupid pricks. Because Arsenal fans have secluded themselves from society to create their own clan.
Yeah.
And
Their own
say,
bubble.
everyone hates me. Everybody hates me.
Yeah.
PG Mall. The referees.
The ball was out of play.
The ball was out of play.
Red card.
My nan's ill. My dad's ill.
Never Arteta.
Everyone hates me. No, Arteta's ill. You know?
And you know why? What did we say? When there's a bully, there's always a bigger bully. You know, St. James's
And
Park
Newcastle bullied you guys.
You know, our
Arsenal known for being physical,
big, strong, set pieces.
Went to St. James's Park.
Sheesh. Who's the coach on the sideline who does the set pieces? You know his name.
Oh, the guy that done the Bellingham the other day when they scored from set piece.
He's done Bellingham?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Prick.
Nicholas. We on, bro.
Huh?
We on.
Yeah, chill out.
What's he doing?
Pan up.
Chill out. Okay, fan up. But listen. I like we said, it couldn't have happened to a better team.
Yeah.
Arsenal, who think everyone's against them. You know, the rivals are against them, the referees against them, the fans against them, society's against them. So what they do?
You know what it is, yeah? Arsenal have got on my nerves so much this season that my mom hates them as well. Everyone in my house hates Arsenal now.
No, but you know why? They do it to themselves.
Yeah, they do.
And like we said before, it's always the best teams that can be like this.
I know.
Teams that are winning, successful.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho's Chelsea, the most hated team.
Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson.
What did they do?
The winningest team in the country.
Winning was their name.
Hated, adored, never ignored.
Okay, chill out. I didn't know that.
And then
I didn't know that. But Chelsea's Jose Mourinho hated.
hated
Why?
for
They won.
For being successful.
They won.
Arsenal fans are hated for being jarring. That's the difference.
What do you get? No Premier League.
Yeah.
No Champions League.
What's success now? Yeah. What is success nowadays?
One FA Cup.
In COVID times? I was ill.
When
Them times. Getting COVID and that. Everyone's in their yards, locked up. Get me?
and no one but no stewards, no ball boys, nothing.
Nothing.
And
No
that's
fans.
what you call success?
Come on.
That's what you want to be hated for? And it's like, I love this because it's like Arsenal, they deserve it. There's no better team that deserves this more than Arsenal.
Anthony Gordon. Isak!
Oh,
That
gosh.
cross from Gordon, by the way.
Pinpoint. Chef.
It's like a green time the cross. Then Isak green time the header. And it's green time 1-0.
And the St. James's Park atmosphere, they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle it. And I was watching that game and I was like, the game finished and I put it back on again.
Yeah. How long was the game? How long was it? Because I thought it was 90 minutes, not 180. On my TV, it was saying 180. I think I watched it too many times.
I memorized what the commentator was saying.
Yeah.
That's how much
That's how much
you know
I
when you
loved
go
it.
hate, when you say hate watch? I genuinely, with a passion.
I was eating.
And you know what? It's not even like Arsenal prior to this year, before Arteta. I didn't really like. They were there, but I didn't hate them.
I didn't hate them.
Because they weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
It's like now they think they're up there with the cities.
With the upper echelons.
And the upper echelons. The teams that are actually successful.
No.
The team that won the Premier League 4 times in a row and won the Champions League last season.
Come on.
The team that has now won a Ballon d'Or in their team. The team that has wiped them on the floor with them season by season. And they want to go toe to toe with them? Come on, man.
What's going on? Did you forget your words?
And now back-to-back games. What was it? 3 games? What was it?
1 point in 3 games. 1 point
Out of the possible
9.
This is title.
Talk, man.
Title contenders.
Talk to them. Talk to the people, man.
Talk to the people, bro.
Talk to what? It's Jamaican,
And you're just sitting there. Rep your team. Your team.
Talk to the people.
Listen, yeah. I was gonna come onto this pod today.
You do
I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I was gonna slate my team,
Yeah.
slander my team, and you know,
hopefully.
say all sorts.
Yeah.
But after what you lot just did, I'm talking my shit again. Arsenal is still winning the Premier League.
Oh, last week you said they're not winning it.
Little slip up.
Should we name
I was
things-
emotional
should we
last
name
week.
things more likely than that?
Oh, God. Going on a helicopter 15,000 feet, crashing down
Head first.
without a parachute or helmet,
Yeah.
and I survived and I'm
Yeah.
walking. It's a miracle.
A miracle.
Hallelujah.
Driving the fastest car in the world, 400 miles per hour into a wall.
On
and
purpose.
Walking unscathed. Is more likely.
Hell freezing over.
Elephants flying. You can't just say if Arsenal win the Premier League.
Okay, listen.
It's buts and maybes.
Okay, let's
And not absolutes.
No, I don't want to
Come on, man. Like, do you not get tired? What about Arteta? What about the players?
Why are you guys
what
holding
about
it?
this?
Why are you
What
holding
about
it?
that?
Why are you holding it?
Why always the
Blame the
why always
manager and the
referees?
players.
Why not Arteta?
Okay, can I talk?
Talk.
Can I talk?
Yeah, talk.
Okay.
Why are you not blaming? Let's take again.
That's good.
Look. How would I start?
Gather your words.
Arsenal, 12:30 p.m. kickoff, St James's Park.
Lights are bright.
We got it. Yeah, we got it dealt to us. That's not a game.
To put it nicely.
Yeah,
In PG terms.
that's St James's Park is like probably the hardest arena you can go. Hardest stadium you can go. Yeah,
Can't
I'm
speak.
an
Can't
American.
speak. You can't
Yeah,
speak.
yeah, yeah.
You can American.
Bro, I'm shell shocked.
Anyway,
Listen,
St. James's Park.
I'm cooked right now.
Yeah, go on.
It's probably the hardest stadium that you can go to in the Premier League, and 12:30 kickoff on a Saturday as well. It's not the most fun or appealing fixture.
Well, Arsenal's not
Fixture
too much
time.
appealing to watch anyways. but
However, nonetheless, Arsenal should have gone there if we want to be the serious title contenders that we all say that we are, want to believe that we are. We should have gone there and gotten a result. What we showed on Saturday was that, quite frankly, we're not ready. We say that we're ready, but we're not showing it on the pitch. You can do all the talking off the pitch. On the pitch is where you let your talking, that's where you show that you're about what you say. And on Saturday, we did not do that.
What actually is the issue? Because I have an inkling as to what it is, but I want to hear it from an Arsenal fan perspective.
I feel like
what is the
without
problem?
sugarcoating anything.
Yeah, what is the problem? I
feel
have
like-
a feeling what it might be.
We need to do a little rewind and go back to last summer.
Okay.
I think last summer, in the transfer window, we did not do exactly what we needed to do. I feel like we didn't make the
Calafiori,
signings that
Sterling,
we needed.
Marino.
I feel like Calafiori was a good signing. I feel like Sterling, that signing, I thought it made sense, but it just didn't make sense. Who else did we even get? We got Moreno. I still don't know how to feel about him.
Marino.
Marino, whatever. I don't even care. He was rubbish. But listen,
he wasn't good.
that performance was shocking. We can't go to games like that and expect to win the way that we played. It was awful. We had no creativity in the midfield, but this then goes to Arteta. I feel like Arteta keeps setting us up wrong, man. I feel like without Ødegaard, we've struggled massively. Obviously, we've had games that we've played with 10 men and this and all that going on. But on Saturday, again, when we had 11 men on the pitch, a full squad, no injuries, no red cards, no nothing, in an even game where I don't feel like there was any, wrong decisions anywhere, We have to win those games. We had 0 big chances created against Newcastle. I don't care where it's played or what time it's played at. That is never, ever acceptable for Arsenal. 0 big chances created is awful.
0.00 XG generated in the second half.
I didn't know that fact.
You were never in the game. It seemed like the game was. You was always chasing the game. The game wasn't there for you.
I think the first 10 minutes we were in the game. We brought it to them, and then as soon as they got their goal,
quite early, yeah.
Maybe even
12th minute, they got.
I think the first 10 minutes we were in the game. If we continued like that, then it would have been alright. But yeah, after that first 10 minutes, we just lost it. We were completely out of the game. Midfield got bossed. Our press got beaten every single time. I feel like their midfield just toyed with us pretty much. They were just picking up spaces anywhere.
Their midfield was very strong. They had Longstaff, they had Bruno Guimaraes, and they had Joe Willock, and they even had Joe Linton as well.
That's what I want to highlight. I think the left-hand side of Joe Linton and Joe Willock completely out-muscled and was just physically better than Arsenal's strong side of attack on the right side. I think the physicality was just too much for them. Eddie Howe, very good tactical tweak to put Joe Linton left wing, and Willock, who can run for days on that left-hand side.
And that overlapping run as well, which causes the centre-back and the right-back not knowing where to go. Who do I track?
Disjointed, exactly. But I feel like this... Carry on, go on.
I feel like there was a lot of shouts from Arsenal fans for Nwaneri to start. I feel like you can look at it both sides. I'm not sure whether he should have started or not. I feel like he should have come on earlier. But I understand Arteta not starting him in the sense that obviously he's a 17-year-old, St. James's Park, it's a big occasion. If he did make a mistake, how would he then respond to that?
So Arsenal fans are saying he should have started?
Arsenal fans are saying that he should have started. I understand why they're saying it, because we have 0 creativity other than Saka. But obviously Saka can't always do it when he's being double and triple teamed upon on the right-hand side. We need creativity in the middle of the park, not just on the right-hand side. Teams clock it, can't give it to Saka no more. We have to switch it to Martinelli, another person I want to talk about. He has been very, very underwhelming. I'm not happy with Martinelli right now. I was sugarcoating a bit last couple of games. I was saying, I'm going to give him more chances, this, that, and a third. No, he's not cutting it. He needs to hold bench. But again, saying that, Trossard, I don't really want him to start because I'm not happy with him starting. So he needs to hold bench. Sterling, I'm not comfortable with him starting on the left. He needs to hold bench. Again, back to the summer. We didn't do what we needed to do. We should have got a more adequate winger that is going to raise the ceiling, not raise the floor. I don't even feel like Sterling raised the floor of the team. I feel like...
He's barely played as well.
I'm disappointed, man. I'm so disappointed. I was so upset on the weekend.
That's the whole early kickoff. That's the whole weekend done, man.
Literally, like
early kickoff losing, and you go watch all the other teams. But to be fair, what saved is that a lot of teams.
One thing that I will say, obviously, after we lost the game, that was it. Like obviously, last season I was a bit emotional saying that the league was over. It wasn't completely over, but after we lost that game against Newcastle, I was like, yeah, we're done and dusted. Okay, it's finished. But then obviously City, that we'll talk about a bit later as well, lost their game. They dropped their points, so it's a bit similar to last week and like points wise. I'm not too worried about Liverpool.
I think you definitely should be worried about Liverpool.
But yeah,
they seem like they're not losing it. Yeah. But let me just say why this is more gut wrenching for Arsenal. A lot more. It's a harder pill for you guys to swallow. Is the fact that this season is more up like for the grabs for teams to win. Like City don't seem like they want to win it. Liverpool are. You know, they're just...
No, we see this every season.
No. This season, 100% more.
We said it every season.
No, we don't. Because last season, City were definitely not losing as much or not looking like they had control of games as much.
In the sense that obviously Rodgers out,
lost their best player.
KDB's out. Yeah, I hear it.
This season is up for grabs. It's up for grabs.
Got it up and running,
I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool in the league ahead of City.
I would be very surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't.
But the thing is, this sort of game now highlights to me the missed opportunity of Arsenal transfer window. Like I said, they should have got an individual attacking player who just completely take it to the next level. Arsenal were at the perfect stage where a point of City, that's it. They needed a couple more big pieces, maybe one big piece, to finally catch up to City and potentially beat them to the title. Complete missed opportunity. They signed players who won't do that for you. To put it nicely and simply, Calafiori, Marino, and Sterling.
Calafiori, good signing.
It's not those guys.
Sterling,
are not enough.
Marino,
not enough
I'm not sure, but I don't think
not
so.
enough to take you that
elevate
one more push.
You
know. And I think Arsenal in general, they're a very poor team offensively, but I think it stemmed from the manager. I think Arteta has placed so much emphasis on his defense that it runs through the entire team that they're even calling Havertz a defensive striker. Like, what's that about? Like, I think he's sort of instilled this idea into Arsenal fans that defense, it does win you leagues, but when you can't score goals,
it's an over-reliance on defense.
Over-reliance.
The balance is not. The balance is not there.
Exactly. So even Havertz being called a defensive striker, I think it just sort of stems throughout the whole team that there's not enough attacking outlets in there. Even the midfield composition of Marino, Partey, and who was the other one? Rice. Come on, there's not enough attacking mentality in there. The mentality of Arsenal is not attacking; it's defensive.
No, I feel like that's
the mentality of Arsenal.
That's a rubbish take.
It's true. You guys are bad.
No, that's a casual.
You know that midfield.
I feel like there's a lot of emphasis on our defense, of course, but I feel like to say that we're not good at attacking is a very
you haven't been
goals this season. Barely goals scored.
You haven't been
But I feel like you guys are forgetting. We've had 3 red cards this season. We've played 3 games.
Your fault.
No, who's talking about?
Okay, go on.
We've played 3 games with 10 men on the pitch, and we've had for the last 3 or 4 games, our captain, our focal point in midfield, our creative genius in midfield, injured. Like, let's not say that Arsenal are bad at attacking because we've had these misfortunes and mishaps. Come on, let's have sense and look at the team that has done what they've done for the last 2 seasons. Finished second place.
So you wouldn't call Arsenal a defensive team per se?
No, I would say that Arsenal's strongest feature or asset of the strongest asset of our team is our defense.
Physicality.
The physicality and the defense. No, but what I'm saying is the idea that Arsenal is not good at attacking.
You don't agree with that?
Is poor. Odegaard and Saka are always playing well. Havertz has been playing well consistently. Only now recently when we're dropping men and Odegaard is out, he's struggling a bit more. But even when he's struggling, I don't feel like he's having bad games.
He only plays well when other players play well. And the fact Havertz, and the fact that there's no creative.
I agree with
that. He is not the sort of player who is good enough to create for himself. He needs someone to put on a plate for him. And that,
not necessarily on a plate.
Yeah, I think so. He can't create for himself.
He can create for himself.
I don't think so.
He can create for himself, but I wouldn't say that he is the player that's going to go out and win the game for you by himself if everybody else is not turning up. But we don't have to worry about everybody else turning up because Saka always does it and Odegaard 9 times out of 10 does it. So let's not say the attack is not good. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Underperforming.
Arteta sets us up wrong in these games.
Wait, hold on. Before you move on to that, can I just talk about you guys not being or you guys being labelled as not an attacking team is false. I disagree with that. I think you guys are more defensive than attacking. And also, the fact that you have an over-reliance on your set pieces show that you are incapable of forming attacks in open play. And that only comes to the point that you obviously have a set way of playing now, which is defend well, don't concede as much, and have a like take advantage of your set pieces, your height, your physicality and whatnot. And then in open play, whatever you get is a bonus. That's the way it seems to me when I watch Arsenal, is that you don't seem to focus on your open play as much more than your focus this season looks to me set pieces, corners, free kicks, whatever.
Okay, cool. When we have 11 men next week, and my skipper's back, when Captain
you had 11 men this week though.
Listen, when we have 11 men next week and our captain is back, Martin Odegaard, and he's playing in the 8 that he plays in.
But he might not start though.
Yeah, he might not start, true. When he's back and he starts, you're going to see the team will tick again.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like Arteta has built
an player focus.
Arteta has built an over-reliance on Odegaard.
But why not criticising that then?
I was just about to say something.
Okay, sorry.
I'm saying Arteta sets us up wrong and he makes us too defensive. He focuses... I'm not going to say he focuses too much on jaws, but he sacrifices jaws for creativity, which he cannot do because we have zero creativity other than Saka. And Saka's on the right wing. He gets double and triple marked, so you can't rely on Saka to be the only creative outlet of the game. So I feel like Arteta has put too much over-reliance on Odegaard in our team for us to succeed. Of course, we have Nwaneri. I hope to see him play a lot more games, but yeah, shocking defeat. I'm not happy. If we lose another game, I don't know. I don't want to say the league's over. I don't think it's over.
But what made you change from last week when he said the league was over?
No, last week I was severely emotional.
Isn't this week worse though? Because back to back.
This week I'm a bit more numb to it.
1 in 9.
Yeah,
1 out of possible 9.
It's shocking. But another thing is, like I said, three red cards. Odegaard injured, and on top of that, we've played all the teams in the top half of the table now. So for the next couple games, they're all going to be teams in the lower half of the table. I'm not expecting to lose any games for the foreseeable future. And if we do lose these silly games, not a silly game to lose, but if we do start losing 1 or 2 more games, then I will say it's over. But right now, it's close to being over, but it's not completely over because I feel like City are still going to lose a couple more games. Rodri's out. We've seen what they're like without Rodri. There's a completely different side.
But what makes you hold on to hope? Because I don't see this Arsenal team. I think last season, if you said that, I'd agree with you. Because I'm looking at the Arsenal team And I'm seeing that you guys were a lot more effective going forward, less reliant on your set pieces, and defensively more secure. It seems like you've taken a completely 180 turnaround, and you've looked worse in every other department compared to last season. So for you to say this season that you're confident that you're still in the league, I don't agree with that. I'll be honest, I don't think you can save the league.
I feel like City is not as good this season.
Yeah, the title race is wide open.
Yeah,
It's wide open, but I think Arsenal's also not as good though.
No,
but City's still better than Arsenal.
I feel like we can't judge Arsenal yet. I feel like we can't judge us yet. I'll be honest with you. I feel like
if you lose next week,
we can
against
judge
Chelsea,
what we've seen, but we can't judge it too efficiently, because like I've said, we've had so many red cards, bro. We haven't played too many games with 11 men.
That's not.
I'm not saying if we lose the league, I'm gonna say, oh, we got shagged at 11 men. But what I'm saying that we haven't seen Arsenal in full flight because we've played with 10 men and our captain injured and hella other injuries. So I'm saying of course you're gonna have injuries in the season. City have Rodri out for the whole season. Of course, I'm not saying not gonna have injuries, but I'm just saying we've been very, we've been put in a difficult situation and we haven't overcome it. But I feel like we haven't completely, lost ourselves, and I feel like we still are in the title race. Let's talk about Newcastle.
But you guys deserve where you are right now. The one points out of a possible 9. You guys deserve it for also playing very poorly and not creating enough chances against teams you should be putting away.
I feel like that's you can say that. I don't agree with it. I feel like we should be higher, but for other reasons.
Let me tell you this: if Arsenal win the league this season, they will have overturned the largest point gap at
this point in the season.
Which is 7 points.
I'm sure only one team has come back from that.
I think he's
point deficit after 10 games.
I think he's United at Liverpool.
Yeah, only happened once.
Yeah. And that shows you the task at stage that you have. So
once in Premier League history.
It's not like we're just saying it for the sake of saying it.
I'm not saying you're saying it.
There's definitely things behind it.
If we think we're lit how we say we are, then we'll do it, innit?
And also, just before I move on, Arsenal have conceded the same amount of goals as United.
Again, 10 men.
Yes.
Sorry, it changed today.
The worst.
One less.
10 men and a lot of injuries.
Oh, so we could do one Oscar, so it's the same
defense.
Oh, it's the same. Okay, yeah. So
10 men and a lot of injuries in defense.
What does that mean? Gabriel came back after a crisis.
If I have to
Saliba got 1 game ban.
If I have to explain that to you,
Timber got injured.
If I have to explain that to you, then maybe.
But the Arsenal are meant to be defensively amazing, and this is our worst ever season so far.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at
10 men.
What does that mean?
And injuries across the back line. If I have to explain that to you, maybe a different.
In that 10 men, in that 10 men, one was against City.
Which injuries?
1 goal. One was against City. We conceded 1 goal. One was against. What was the other one?
The Brighton one. Did you guys see that when Rice got sent off?
Yeah, okay.
Did you concede at all when Rice got sent off against Brighton?
Yeah, 10 men, but he got sent off. So then in the next game, we got a player missing. You're forgetting what a red card means.
Yeah, but you start 11 men next game.
That's what I'm saying.
It's very like thin ice.
Yeah, but it's red cards.
It's very clutches
red cards,
you're grabbing onto.
10 players, injuries. There's a lot all happening in the defense, bro. Rice, red card. Gabriel, Saliba, red card. They're all happening in the defensive structure.
Sure, so we have no recognised left back the entire season. No recognised left back. We haven't brought that up once. We have no left back all season. No Shaw, no Malacia.
No, you lot are bringing
the leg joined late. Majraoui was out for a couple games.
Listen to me. You lot are bringing a stat to me. I'm telling you the reason why I don't. I feel like that's an inflated stat.
I think United's situation is worse.
It's not good enough reason at all.
No, situation's worse because their club is in tatters.
Exactly. That's why it's the same amount of goals as us.
Yeah, and
we're in tatters.
And like I said, that's the reason why I feel like we've conceded so many goals. If you don't agree with that, then don't agree with that. I don't really care, to be honest with you.
Okay.
You're gonna see as the season goes on when we don't get any red cards anymore, and
you guys are ill disciplined. So you're blaming. So it's your own downfall then. You're master of your own downfall.
Because you don't want to recognize.
Because your red card. The red card is you guys being ill disciplined.
Okay, let's move on.
You're master of your own downfall.
Let's talk about Newcastle.
Okay. Because the red cards are ill disciplined, 100%.
Let's talk about
I'm saying
Newcastle.
100%.
Okay, forget it. Let's talk about Newcastle. Isak back-to-back goals.
Yeah.
Scored last week against Chelsea. They lost obviously because Chelsea now. But sorry.
Yeah.
This week scored a thumping header.
Thumping. Yeah.
That's his celebration.
Yeah, it is.
Isak. And he's obviously been a key miss for Newcastle this season. He's been injured for a while. And prior to the game against Chelsea, they didn't score in an open goal for like 180 minutes. So
2 games.
2 games. Oh, I think it might have been a little longer. And then obviously they came to Arsenal. Arsenal came to their stadium and he scored the winning goal. Gordon was also injured.
Unreal cross from Gordon, man.
Yeah, Gordon was also injured against Chelsea last week, and it shows how important he is to the team. Yeah. Came back for them against Arsenal.
His defensive work is so good.
His work rate in general is very good.
Against Arsenal, he was tracking back like mad.
Yeah, but he does that in general, though.
Yeah,
in general, his work rate is very, very, very good.
Yeah.
And he shows the importance that he carries for Newcastle. And as he was injured, Mr. Lewis Hall and Livramento ran the show. Both Cobham players.
Lewis Hall,
Livramento locked up Martinelli.
Yes.
Hall
not the hardest task in the world.
I wouldn't say he locked up Saka. I feel
No, but going forward he was very good as well.
And also Hall defensively has also improved a lot.
Yeah.
He's becoming complete.
Because people forget that he was a midfielder first. He was a midfielder first. And then at Chelsea, he started playing left wing back. Obviously, we sold him. I think is one of our worst transfer mistakes that we made.
Very bad.
On
Livramento, both of them.
Livramento less so because we had Reece
Gusto and James.
And but Lewis Hall would have probably been starting for Chelsea by now. And so
very good performance from him.
Isak, even midweek against Chelsea, again, he scored. So they seem to be picking up, form at the right time. Yeah. And they are currently 10th in the league. So prior to this win,
the bottom half,
in the last 4 games, they didn't win a game, you know.
Yeah, they've been bad, man.
They've been bad, so yeah. But yeah, let's move on to Chelsea versus United. This was a weird game for me.
I think the overall quality of the game
wasn't great. It wasn't great. There was a lot of like dull moments, a lot of moments in the game where there was nothing going on.
I feel like that.
We don't watch along for that, by the way, guys. We just finished it now.
Next time,
tune in for the next watch.
Tune in next week where we end Arsenal's title hopes and once and for all bury it. You know,
if you beat us, the title was over, man.
Yeah, I think it's over anyways. But just for your sake.
But we're gonna slap you next week.
But I think
and we'll see.
With this game, United Chelsea, I think United should have capitalised better and won the game. I think with the way that the game went, there was a lot of chances to create chances, and also even the chances that we did make, we should have scored. There's a Garnacho, Bruno's pullback to Garnacho, awful strike. Garnacho was a culprit of a lot of chances. The one where Hoyden crossed it, Rashford dummied it, right into the keeper's arms.
Yeah.
The volley from before, I think he was in a lot of positions to create chances and he didn't capitalise on them. And I think we should have won.
I disagree.
Fouled Rashford in the box.
It wasn't a foul. It wasn't a foul. It wasn't a pen. It wasn't a pen. And I think
Rashford already crossed the ball before. Why is it not a pen? He took him out.
Like when I was watching it live, you know when you're watching things live, and you see the replays and you just know like that doesn't for me fit the criteria of penalty. It was very soft. Even if he touched him, it was like probably not enough for him to affect his ball into the box. But by then he was even going out of the box, bro. He was even going out of the box. So it didn't affect anything. And even the contact, but even the contact was very, very minimal. So I don't think it was a pen. And I think VAR and the referees.
We've seen worse given before. A lot worse.
Definitely seen worse given, man.
100%.
I think we've seen worse given, yeah.
Yeah, so
no, I think I've seen not worse given.
No, worse decisions.
Sorry, worse decisions. Sorry.
Less malicious.
Yeah. Sorry, worse decisions.
No, I think worse was given.
I feel like United did have
they weren't the better team.
A lot more clear cut chances.
They weren't the better team.
I feel like they were passive in that game. I feel like they didn't really come out to play the way that you would have expected them to play in a big game against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Especially towards the end of the game, I feel like they were happy to just settle for that draw.
Yes.
The last 15, 20 minutes or so, I don't feel like they came out to play.
Even your substitution showed that, bro. Your sub showed that.
How?
Taking off Rashford.
But what does that mean?
Because
we bought another attacker.
No. But you bought.
Why does that sub show that we were happy for a draw when we bought another attacker?
Because you took off a player.
That's the example you use.
You took. Hello, excuse me. Let me explain. You took off a player that obviously is known for his lack of defensive contributions and his he's kind of like a player that is allowed to stay up and not track back. And
that sub does not show we wanted to play passively.
For that reason, you bought on Ahmad, who's can be attacking on the other hand.
You're reaching a lot.
And let me finish. And defensively can also operate as well. We know Rashford. Rashford is not defensively.
If you want to bring up a point of us trying to be passive, that's not the example you use.
I didn't say passive. I said defensive.
That's not the example you use.
100%.
We bought off a winger on for a winger.
No, you bought on a winger that's more defensive than the winger you have on. You know that. So why did you take off Garnacho then?
That's not a defensive.
Okay, why did you take off Garnacho then?
Are you being serious right now?
It's not defensive.
Is it defensive? Why did you take off Garnacho then?
Because that's a decision he made.
Why? Because it's defensive reasons.
Because Garnacho over the 90.
That's the example.
Garnacho was not better than Rashford today.
He runs more than Rashford.
Which is my point. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So you think we were happy to settle for a draw because of the Rashford Ahmad substitution?
I feel like you were happy to
that's
settle for a draw, but I think
that's a show. I'm putting on a centre back to play DM.
Edit out later.
No, I think you should go in.
Say what I'm trying to help you.
What
Gets cooked, man.
What about a centre back coming off for a DM? How about that?
Because no, Lindelof completed acquisition. That's why.
Can he?
And
He's
he
barely
done
played there.
before.
He's
And in
barely
training,
played
he's done it
there.
before.
Bro, towards the end of the game, even your manner, the way you were like, just happy to stay, not even just beyond the halfway line.
You didn't press at all.
You didn't press.
You didn't
Yeah,
press
but that's
at
smart
all.
though, because pressing Chelsea when their two midfielders are always free and our pressing structure needs work.
Yeah.
We just sacked the manager and the players in their minds, the way that they press is not, we have the worst pressing structure, or we did under Ten Hag in the entire league.
No, of course,
So for
of
us to
course.
just change that within a game or two is very silly.
No, but you can still press teams.
Ruud can't instill what he wants to do maybe in sort of a pressing structure in just a game or two when the players have been doing the same thing for 2.5 years. So for us to come press in a mid-block, 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1 was the best thing for us to do. Not press too high and not sit too deep either, just in the middle. So Chelsea's midfield doesn't get the ball as often as they should be. That's very smart. Why would he come and press Chelsea when they're known
No,
to
I
get
said
our presses very well?
I feel like the way you started the game makes sense. You had to be a lot more passive because, as you said,
we had to be, yeah.
they would have cooked your press. But I'm saying towards the end of the game,
were
last
deeper,
15,
you went
20
deeper.
minutes, you were deeper and you did not press whatsoever, in my opinion. That's why I feel like
Yeah, we
we're
didn't press,
happy to
yeah.
settle for the draw.
But I still think the way that the game went, the chances that were better fell to us.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Okay,
I can name
but-
more chances clear cut than you can.
Okay, but as a Chelsea
that
fan,
Caicedo goal, by the way.
incredible goal. We'll
Unreal
get to Caicedo in a minute. But in general, I think the game was very equally balanced. I don't think one team can say they were the better
I
team
feel like
more than
1-1
the
is
other.
a fair result. 100%.
I think it was a fair result, but
Yeah.
I think we came out that game more disappointed than United. Because we're aiming for the moons and the stars, and you're aiming just for maybe, I don't know.
Don't get relegated.
It's just whatever's next to you, just grab
for the
that.
moon and the stars, but there's no point aiming for that.
Why not?
You won't get it now.
We're more capable than you are.
Right now,
And
I
we're
hope
in and
so.
around, and
I
we're
hope
in and
so.
around as
Not
well.
for long though. It's calm. Wait on us.
What's gonna happen?
Nah, he meet like a lot of time.
Like years?
Yeah, like
No, not
Yeah,
years.
centuries?
No,
like 4 or
soon.
5 years.
Soon.
That's
Okay.
what we're talking about.
Soon, back and top, like-
Two
like-
players
like
that I do
we
want
should
to talk about. Not two players. Players that I want to talk about on either side.
Talk about Lavia and
For
Caicedo
Chelsea,
first.
I want to talk about Caicedo and Lavia.
Man of the match,
I
Caicedo.
feel like
What
that-
a game
that
and what
was
a goal.
A very
Not for me.
Not a
Great game, but not for me.
Not a dominant performance. They didn't dominate the game, but they
did.
dominated the
I feel
midfield
like they
battle.
did.
They won the midfield battle. I feel like Caicedo and Lavia, that partnership,
The complement,
is
how they
beginning to
complement each
flourish.
other, man.
I feel like the more they play together, the more they're going to learn from each other, and the more that Chelsea's going to succeed. I feel like that's
So they have
that's a very
110
good
million on
pairing.
the bench.
Yeah, that brother is
Stop.
not seeing the light of day, to be honest.
Give credit where credit is due. Lavia and Caicedo, absolute jewel beasts. All the jewels that come their way, they clean up. And the way they complement each other, one collecting the ball going deep, and one attacking the ball and recovering the ball in advanced areas. That pairing has no weakness whatsoever.
Yeah, it does have weakness.
What's their weakness?
Does have weakness.
What's their weakness? Tell me.
It does have weakness.
What's their weakness?
Caicedo is his weakness is his height, so his physicality in duels.
But he wins his duels. He wins his aerial duels as well. He wins his aerial duels.
Today he won them.
His percent
Today he
in general,
won
he's above 70%. How about that? So this season, probably.
I think they
and
complement
last
they
season
complement each
above
other really
70%.
well. They go well together.
They're
complement
dual
each other
monsters.
really well.
They win everything that comes their way. And like
I
I
love
said,
Lavia, man. The way that he collects the ball, he just does it so effortlessly, so flawlessly. Like he's been in the game for years and years. Like
is he bargain of the summer?
how much you get?
No.
60 million package.
No,
Package.
Who? Was it sorry?
Lavia.
No, he's not.
60 million package.
He's not the bargain of the summer.
Who's bargain of
The
the summer?
bargain of the summer. The bargain of the summer was the man of the match in that game, Nusam Azraoui.
Shut up.
After one game.
bargain of the
After
summer
one
is
game.
McAllister.
After one game.
I think he.
McAllister
is,
was there last season.
I'm thinking that.
I think he is a rare good allocation of funds from United.
How much was
to
he?
find a gap in the market and buy him for 12 million.
How old
And
is he? How old is he?
He's about 25, 26.
But he had one good game though.
That's what I'm saying. You can't say that
He
after
never-
one
he never
game.
had- never had
Don't
one
say
good
that.
game.
Brother, this is the
but
best
one
we've seen
standout
him.
game. This is his best game.
It's the best we've seen him.
This is one of his best games, but he's been very good.
Has he
this season.
had games close to this
No,
level?
he
Yes,
hasn't.
he has.
Come on, man.
Yes, he
Come
has.
on,
He has.
man.
That's
Come
quite
on,
a few actually, and I think today showed how good technically he is. He's so clean with his feet, and for a fullback, he knows exactly when to be passive, when to be aggressive. I think
today
Noni
he showed that a
Madueke
lot.
struggled. I think anyone who would have played there would have struggled.
No,
He-
but
I think
Neto second half caused him problems though.
But I think his technical ability is clearly better than the rest of the United squad.
Yeah.
I think he just knows when to make the right decision all the time. Just that combined with his physicality and technical ability combined together, you get, in my opinion, one of the best fullbacks in the league when they're playing well. I think if the United team was on the same level as him technically in their ability, I think he'd look even better. But because he also stands out right now, but because he's clearly better than the rest when it comes to that. But when we do improve that, I think he's gonna look even better.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
in general, as I was saying before, the United's technical levels are very, 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 very low.
Subpar.
Yeah, very subpar. I think whichever manager comes in, and we have a new manager now, has his work quite cut out for him because the technical levels of the team are quite low, and I don't think we can progress further until we sort of rectify that. Because at the end of the day, in my opinion, as I've always said, technical makes tactical. No matter what tactics you give a player, no matter what you tell a team, if there's not enough technical ability to execute it, then it's just going to go to waste. So I think we need to improve that flooring of our team.
But that's a massive project, though.
It is big, and I don't think a manager can impose his ideas on a team until the players he gets are good technically.
You know what the issue I have with that?
Fundamental in football.
The issue I have with that is that you guys don't. Do you guys have like a set director or like someone who works with the manager who is involved in the transfers?
Yeah.
Because who is it? Like what? You got a director? Or something?
Yeah, we do have a director. Yeah, we have Will Cox.
Is it the City guy?
Omar Barada, he's CEO. He's not really
CEO. He's director.
He's the director, sporting director.
You got the Sporting Lisbon
Yeah.
director.
No, we have a sporting director. Like
Sporting. Yeah, who's it?
football director.
Yeah, who's
it? So it's Will Cox. I'm pretty sure.
From where? Is he not?
Well, and Dan Ashworth from Newcastle, and Wilcox, I think he came from the Championship. I'm not sure.
You know what?
So they work together to align the vision with the manager, and if they're good at their jobs, they will see that the flooring of this team technically is not good enough.
But you know the best way to do it though, that I think a lot of people are missing the trick is the way Chelsea done it. No matter what manager comes in, the players should be suitable for a lot of the managers out there that you'd want to target. Because the problem
they should be
is
good players in general, not just good players for
exactly
a certain tactic.
the issue that the mistake that United made was catering the players to Ten Hag.
Yeah.
So now some of these players might not be good enough for Ruben Amorim.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Also, we'll talk about that more.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in Amorim video. But yeah, that's what I was just quick little thing. But
I think it's obvious to see anyway because the United players' decision making is not good. See how they make first time rash passes because they don't trust themselves back to goal. And also Onana goes long a lot when he's not meant to be going long a lot, but because he doesn't trust his players to get out of situations in which a team like Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Liverpool have players to do so.
But even him sometimes he makes some dodgy mistakes.
He does,
That
yeah.
one pass to
But
Casemiro.
I think everyone improves when, like I said, I keep saying it, technical
raises.
flooring raises. I think as a team you'll see us do so much better. So hopefully we can do that. And 1-1 no man, you know.
what about Martinez's red card?
When did he get sent off?
Okay, he didn't actually get the red card, but it should have been a red card.
No.
I don't know. I said it was initially, then I saw it again and I said no, but
It's a red
Because
card.
no,
for me.
okay,
it's
it
dangerous
can be
play.
given,
Studs up,
but
studs
not being
up,
given
yeah.
isn't a
off the
disgrace.
ground, cynical, not trying to play the ball and trying to get the man. That's a red card.
But-
and dangerous and
okay,
reckless.
okay, if it was-
hands, I'm running out.
It was against you, don't it?
If it was given a red card, I can't be too angry.
Okay.
Because he did clearly target Cole Palmer.
Yes.
And Palmer was gone.
Yes.
And then Martinez bring him down. But at the same time,
Yo, second time.
the inconsistencies are mad. Like next week that's a red. The week after it's not.
that's a
week after
different
it is.
conversation,
And so
man.
the pen on Rashford from Fofana.
We spoke about that. I don't think it's a penalty.
Why not?
Because I don't think it fits the criteria of a penalty.
What's the criteria? What's the criteria of penalty? What's the criteria of red card? What's the criteria of this handball? What's the criteria of that?
Okay, but
there's no set.
Some things
rules
are clear and obvious though. Some things are clear and
Clear and
obvious.
obvious is
You
even
think
that's
Martinez was
debatable
clear and
nowadays.
obvious more than Rashford, which was more clear and obvious.
You can go back and forth about it.
And also
my point is like.
Things like that shouldn't be
it's
punished
not
though. That's my
death or red
point.
card.
That's my point. You can't get
It
away
can-
with
yeah,
that, man.
okay.
Like especially early in the season, we've seen against Crystal Palace where two foot
Yeah, no,
lunge
no,
into Will Hughes.
That's definitely a red card.
That wasn't a red card.
Kamada, but yeah, that's definitely a red card.
Kamada, sorry, into Kamada.
Yeah.
And then again, he does it against Cole Palmer today when he flicks it over his head. Maybe he's not happy about what happened to him. Maybe he looked a bit embarrassed and wanted to impress the people in the stands. I don't know, or
That's what you think
his
it was?
wife watching. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
like I said, I feel like it could have been a red, but it not being given is not a disgrace.
You have to punish
on
those,
the
man. You
topic
have to
of
punish
talking about
those.
Cole Palmer, who the challenge was made against, I do want to bring something up. There's been talk, about
Murmurs.
murmurs in the football community that he doesn't always turn up in the big games.
How boring! I'm bored of it. I'm bored of it already. It's 2 games. I'm bored of it.
Your other big game this season was against
Liverpool,
Liverpool,
okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
nothing.
He didn't have the best game there. And then today, I was looking for him to make a standout performance, stamp his authority and show that he is the guy that everyone says that he is. And I don't feel like he did what he needed to do. I don't think he imposed himself in the game enough.
I think, like I always say, and I said it against the Liverpool game, if he doesn't get a goal or assist, Cole Palmer played bad. Why can't we look at the performance for what it is? Why can't we see what he influenced or how he, and I'm not saying it was his best game today. I won't sit here and lie to you and say, oh, that was Cole Palmer's one of his best games or the usual Cole Palmer. But I'm saying even the Cole Palmer we've seen today, that is still a decent level of football that he played.
But that's if Cole Palmer played at today's level every day, he would not be spoken about in any light at all.
But a Premier League season is highs and lows, man. It's not going to be linear. Premier League season for players never going to be linear.
Of course
we talked about Haaland. You know what I mean? Who started the season off with I don't know how many goals, 9 goals in 4 games, 5 games, and since then he's probably scored 2 or 3. So it's the season is never going to be, the trajectory is never going to be linear, and that's what. And I understand where it comes from. A lot of people, rival fans, they're very excited to talk about Cole Palmer this, Cole Palmer that, because obviously they're very insecure about their own players and that they can't have a conversation about Cole Palmer without relating back to their own players. And if we take it for what it is and how it is, Cole Palmer is a good big game player. That's facts, yeah? 2 games does not change that. But I think the thing
I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what I think, yeah? If you want to hold Palmer to the standards of the best player in the league, best player in the world, one of the best players in the world, whatever. When it comes to the big games, and Old Trafford away is a big game, he cannot be ghosting as long as he did in the second half.
I don't think he was ghosting.
Because against the other teams in the league, the so-called smaller teams, with all due respect, he does take the piss with them. Yeah, he does. He destroys them. Yeah. So it's only fair that when it comes to the big games, he is held accountable for if his team doesn't come through, because he's the best player in the team. So for large parts of the game today, I don't think Cole Palmer imposed himself in the game enough. And for someone, if to be called the best player in the league, he has to take that game by the scruff of the neck and win games for them. Yeah.
This what I don't like though. Why does Cole Palmer have to take the game by the scruff of the neck? How many players in the league take the game by the scruff of the neck? Wallahi, does Haaland do it? No, he has someone feeding him.
Is he the best player in the league?
Okay, yes, he is. I think he is. But how many players?
When KDB was the best player in the league, we're talking about midfielders. When KDB was the best player in the league, did he take the game by the
also there are different stages of their career. You know what I mean? You're looking at the finished article of KDB, of course.
Okay, but I'm saying if you want to hold him to that standard.
No, but I'm saying
best player in the league. He's the best player in the league.
He can be MVP. Okay, the best player in the league. You can be, but those 2 things can come together. He can be the best player in the league and sometimes have an off day. But
of course he can have an off day, and I'm not saying that he needs to score or assist in any game, let alone the big games.
Yo, how old is he though? How old is he? He's 22, bro. He's still a kid.
I'm saying he needs to impose himself in games. Today you were saying the game is boring. United hasn't come out to play. There's not much we can really do.
For
Palmer, this is where you show who you are. Find yourself in between the lines. Get on a half turn, get the ball, receive the ball, drive with the ball.
If only football was that simple,
make things happen.
If only
it's not that simple, but when you're as good as you are, you should make the game simple for yourself, man.
No.
And for the rest of the team.
But also, there's a lot of factors though. You're acting like it's just one thing.
There's not other factors, but what I'm saying is, it's not coming from a place of insecurity about our own players or wanting to be happy just to slander Cole Palmer. I love the guy. I feel like he's lit. I hate Chelsea players and I really, really rate Cole Palmer. I feel like I don't know anybody who dislikes Cole Palmer. So it's not coming from a place of hatred or jealousy. It's coming from a place of you guys are holding him to these standards, but you can't hold him to these standards only when he's performing at that level.
It's premature. It's too early to say.
All I said was that murmurs are being made and there's talks of him not performing well in big games. You've had 2 big games this season, and in both games he hasn't performed. Last season, is one thing, but this season is a very different season for Cole Palmer. Last season, he wasn't getting double, triple teamed all season. This season, he will be getting double, triple teamed, man marked for the whole game, someone shadowing him to try and completely take him out of the game. So it's a very different season in that regard. He's got a lot more challenges to overcome.
And like I said, that's a new step that he has to take, that extra step now where everyone knows how good you are, so you have to find a solution to the problem that you have at hand, which is now he's being marked more closely. He has less space to operate in, and teams and players and managers are preparing for Cole Palmer. It's not just preparing for Chelsea, they're preparing for Cole Palmer as well, like more specifically. So I think, like I said, it's a next step for him to take, but also I think we will see a lot more of Cole Palmer being better in big games in the turn of the year when the next
round. We'll see when the sample size increases, isn't it? You know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Moving on to
Liverpool.
Man City. Man City, they lost. Man City versus Bournemouth. 2-1 to Bournemouth. First time they've ever beat City.
Is that ever? Or
Ever.
just in the Etihad?
I thought it was first time at Vitality.
Ever, yeah. Mad.
Who scored? It was, let me just...
You know, of all
It was
teams,
Semenyo and Evanilson.
yeah, of all teams, I'm not surprised it was Bournemouth.
Very good
They've
team.
been so good this season.
I'm not surprised.
They beat
Very
Arsenal.
good. Bournemouth has had, in the last 3 games, they've had Arsenal, they've had Aston Villa, and they've had Manchester City, and they've come away with 7 points out of a possible 9 against those 3 teams. Bournemouth is on job this season, I'm telling you.
You know why Bournemouth are so good? Is they have talent, but also they're so unselfish. They work for each other, they run for each other, they cause havoc, they track back. And Andoni Iraola has got it absolutely spot on. And we were talking about it early on in the season, if Solanke was going to be a miss for them. You know, someone who scored 20 goals, I think, more than 20 goals, more than 20
19
goals.
last season.
Okay, 19 goals last season. You extract that many goals from a team that probably would rely on that. You would think that it would be a big problem for them. But it seems like they've even gone up a notch, an upper level. And they beat Manchester City. Were they at the top of the table or no?
Yeah, they were.
They were at the top of the table.
Going into the weekend.
Going into the weekend.
That's Semenyo goal.
Semenyo.
Touch, turn, finish.
He's a proper player, man.
I think Semenyo needs...
I feel like he can cause problem anywhere across the attack.
Yeah.
Like
Left
any
wing, right wing.
position he's
That's
in, I
what
feel like
that's good.
in the attack he's gonna cause problems. His ball carrying is very good. He's strong. He's physical. He can brush players off him. I feel like
Fast.
fast.
Do you see what he done to Walker?
Yeah, he toyed with him. Walker's on fraud watch, man. He's been on fraud watch.
He barged him onto the floor, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Toyed with him,
I'd never expect that. Walker, out of everyone, I'd never expect that.
And Bournemouth squad they have Milos Kerkez, Evanilson, Tavernier,
He got both assists,
Lewis
innit?
Cook. Yeah, Lewis Cook.
I think they got Billing, who doesn't even play for them. Or is Billing gone?
Philip Billing. Yeah.
He's still there?
Yeah, but I don't think he's not playing.
doesn't
right
play
now.
for them no more.
But Evanilson, then they got Lewis Cook, who's so underrated. By the way, that's a midfield general.
I think Liverpool wanted him like 2 years ago.
So underrated. And I think Ryan Christie, off the ball, is so important for them. The work he puts in off the ball, dog.
Who?
Ryan Christie.
Christie
and Cook middle pivot. And then they got Tavernier, Evanilson, Kerkez.
They bought that centre back from Juventus. You know that centre back from Juventus? What's his name?
Sensi, I think.
Is it
Sensi or Sensi?
No, it's the other one. It's
Sensi from that guy.
Zabarian.
Yeah.
But he's
Sensi from Serie A as well.
He says he's Serie A, but the one from Juve, he's been regarded as one of the biggest centre back talents.
I remember, and they got rid of him.
And he went to Bournemouth out of all clubs, like a Premier League team. That shows the power of the Premier League. But Semenyo's goal. And Semenyo in general, I think, was the best player on the pitch that game. I think he ran the show. He caused all sorts of problems. He made Walker
look silly.
Probably sign his papers early retirement.
Yeah, man.
Probably. And then Evanilson scored that. Was it a header? Or was it?
Nah, it was a cross.
With his
slid for it.
Yeah, with his foot, and then had Edison
stranded.
stranded.
Yeah, stranded.
And
but I think City got lucky, you know.
I feel
they should have conceded
They
4
had
or 5.
0 chances created in the first half.
Struggled,
right?
yeah.
So they had it's a mad stat like that.
And imagine if they should have conceded more goals. But I think City in that game completely struggled. I think Foden has not got going all season. It's been 10 games.
He's barely
He
started.
can't get to the XI consistently. It's been 10 games. This is now enough of a sample to say what you think is going to happen for the season. And he's not.
And we had the
been
Euros.
let alone a goal or assist. He hasn't got that.
No.
He hasn't been starting consistently. I think Gundogan, who people thought, okay, back now to the Premier League. Season before he left to Barca. I don't know what that year in La Liga has done to him.
Yeah.
If maybe he's just losing his legs, I don't know. But he's come back to the Premier League now and he looks off the pace completely.
Yeah.
But Guardiola plays him consistently, hoping that he might,
return to the
form that he hit before he left. And Haaland, I watch City a lot, and it seems like sometimes Haaland and his teammates, they have no synergy. I think the only sort of player that understands Haaland is Kevin De Bruyne.
I was going to say that.
That duo
He's
is
lost
insane.
without him.
Yeah, and without him, his runs are not getting spotted. He does not get anywhere near the amount of service a player of his quality should be getting. So it's like there's no synergy. It's like they're playing around the box, and Haaland's just there on an island on himself, and he's isolated, and he's not in the game completely.
I think
it's very worrying to say, because Guardiola, a manager as good as that, surely spots that his best goal scorer.
But they don't have a lot of creative
service that
players.
he needs. Like even with the wingers that they have, Doku, Savinho, they're not
Savinho got
necessarily
injured.
creative
Yeah.
players.
And
They're
what
players
was
that have 1v1 ability and they
You know what I
want
mean?
to attack the fullback. But
Not
not
to Jack
necessarily.
Grealish as well.
He's not in favour, man. He's
I
not been
ain't
for a
heard
while
that
since
name
that
in a
City.
while.
He's
So
not been in favour.
sad, Jack Grealish, man. You know,
That's an interesting signing, man.
that's such a.
That's an interesting signing.
I don't think
feel
it's an
that's
interesting signing.
I feel like that was a flop signing.
Of course,
A lot of City fans disagree with that. You know, they say
like
that
him, I
he's
don't know
coming and he's done what
For 100
Pep
million,
wanted
by
him
the
to
way.
do. But when you're paying that money, that has to be a flop signing.
That's what we should be getting. 20
goals
G.
or assists.
Yeah, and
As a
he's
winger
No,
as well. Come on,
but
man.
let's be honest, he's not been playing as regularly as he was at Villa. At Villa, he was on the team sheet every week. At City, he wasn't. He had to graft to get into the...
Do you think it's one of them ones again? Like, you know, we spoke about it before. Do you think it's one where they've purchased him from Villa because he didn't want other sides to get him? What do you think it is?
No,
I don't think anyone was dropping 100
because of how
million
good he is.
Because that season they had at Villa was... I don't think he's going to get a season like that again.
But no
It's
one
so
was-
weird to decline.
He was
so
the main
weird.
man in Villa. Do you think that's what it is? He can't be the main man in City. Pep's not giving him...
What if
Maybe.
it's like imposter syndrome?
Like he doesn't think that he deserves to be at City.
After
Maybe.
3 years, 4 years now.
He's been there. Yeah, he's been there too
know what I mean?
long.
I think I know he's a good player. I just don't think it makes sense for him at City. That's all I
Yeah,
think.
some
it is.
players excel at teams that are a bit
Where they can
smaller.
be the main man.
The main man,
man.
just being the main man, where everything relies on them.
Yeah, he was playing in the 10 as well. Everything was going through him.
Yeah.
At City, I don't know. He hasn't really
No, but
got
also, you know,
the pace
that-
to beat a wing, to beat his
I feel
fullback
like he's just
consistently.
told to stay on the wing and just keep possession, just
Yeah,
recycle
it's
the ball
not-
times.
Yeah, that's the sort of wing as Guardiola wants, but I don't know. I think if there's ever a year where there's going to be a new Premier League champion, it's this year. And I think this game against Bournemouth just proves it. I think
City
There's
really struggled, man.
something
you know what I mean?
Really
They
struggled.
did not look like
Something off,
champions
man.
at all.
I don't
And
know what
even
it
last
is.
year, when people say they're slow to start, they did not look this bad,
yeah.
ever for like 4 or 5 years now. So if someone's going to win the Prem, please do it now.
Yeah, facts.
Because if someone doesn't win the Prem now, with City losing away to
they
Bournemouth,
still
what a
win
very
it.
good team, by the way. Don't
the
get
Premier
twisted.
League's washed
Then the
now.
Premier League's washed.
Yeah, the Premier
Come on,
League's
like
washed.
it's wide open. That loss has kicked it wide open. If Arsenal won,
You know what it is, yeah? Also, how many times have City this season gone down first?
a lot in there.
They've turned it
But
back,
they
and it's
turn
but it's
over.
against lower sides as well.
yeah,
But now Bournemouth have got it, and I've been saying you can get at City, you just need to attack.
Yeah.
It's not just sitting back and being passive.
need
and,
quality,
and
though.
trying to
Not
get
anyone
a
can do
draw.
that.
I say
You
pack
have to
the
go and
middle.
attack them.
Against City, pack the middle.
Yes.
And then
Play on the break, man.
because when they play with the wingers, they have to come inside anyway. So if you're packing the middle where they excel,
Yeah.
then you have a good chance of actually getting something from the game.
Yeah.
Because it
you
seems
have
like
to take risks against
Yeah,
that
you
team,
have to,
but
yeah.
I'm telling you, they can get got at.
They can get got at.
And Bournemouth have done it. Obviously, right at the end, it got a bit scary. Gvardiol, great header.
Yeah.
Gvardiol does a lot for City.
he does, yeah.
This
Yeah,
season,
scores.
especially, he stepped
Especially
up
in
a
the
lot of the time.
I'm
And
telling you,
that
Bournemouth
right
scored.
foot shot, was it last week or the week before?
Yeah.
Top bins.
Yeah. And his header right into the top bins. I think Haaland almost scored at the end as well. Hit the post from a rebound from a corner.
Yeah.
So
But I'm
yeah,
saying
but City, man.
it got scary. I thought Bournemouth were going to flop it at the end, but they held through.
They should have won.
But when
They
they're
should have scored
camping
4.
outside the box, when City camping outside the box,
Scary.
You know something's about to happen.
everybody is there. Everyone outside the box. They're just passing it, waiting it for a space. But again,
Phil Foden
like you
stinks
said, he
once
couldn't
again.
do it.
But what is City's problem? Because obviously we know Rodri's injured. What is
KDB
is
injured.
it
Both their best players are gone.
both
to
their
be
best
fair.
players? Yeah, it's gone. And I think, like Mo alluded to earlier about the Haaland situation, I think Haaland is only as good as the service he gets.
Yeah.
So if he's not getting service, he can't do much to influence a game.
I think that's the team's fault though.
Yes,
The team should be because give him service. He's nuts.
They got
You know what I mean?
Savino who got injured midweek as well.
Yeah.
Looked like a bad injury.
Oh, but he played so well that game.
He played so well that game, and it's like everything seems to be crumbling at City, and it's like almost like it's like everything that could go wrong is going wrong for City.
Yeah,
and
it's like no one's stepping up for them. Like where's Doku's not doing it? Savio got injured. Grealish ain't doing it. Foden's not
Foden,
doing it. De
yeah.
Bruyne's injured. Bernardo's not really doing anything. So who for City is gonna
Who's gonna
take the
take
team
it,
and
yeah.
say, okay,
And I'll take charge now.
I'll take
We're
charge.
struggling,
Yeah, I mean,
let
Haaland
me
can't do
help
it
us.
being the focal point. Someone else has to do it. But there's no one else doing it for City right now.
It should be Foden. It should be Foden.
Foden didn't really
Foden's
start
not-
this season.
he's not a player
He
for me,
didn't
man.
start this season.
No, but Foden
creativity-wise.
young player of the year.
Yeah.
When did he get it last season?
He got play season.
Palmer got it.
Foden.
Foden got play of the season this
Yeah,
year.
player of the season.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
play of the season was Foden, right? Last season.
Foden, yeah.
Yeah.
Player of the season. Come on, man. In a side like City,
But we've seen that he could do it last season. He
No, of
stepped up
course
a
he can do it.
lot
That's what I'm saying.
for Foden.
Yeah, we've seen that he can
he
do
should
it.
be able to
A
do
lot.
it. But this season is off. He's very, very off.
I don't think it's off. He literally didn't start the start of the season at all. Like I think for the
But
first
now,
five,
but it's been 10
6
games now. He can't get into the pace of it. So something must be going on behind the scenes.
I don't know what's
Injury
going on
or
though.
something,
So, I
maybe.
don't know what it
He's
is.
not a full-
Behind the
fully
scenes,
fit
something's
outside.
happening behind the scenes.
It's strange.
been 10
And they
games.
had Nunes who started on the left as well. It's just
He's actually been the best player recently.
yeah. But I'm saying like it just doesn't seem
strange, isn't it? It's
like
weird.
I wouldn't be surprised if City don't win the league this season.
I wouldn't be surprised
Genuinely.
either.
I think
But who is Liverpool?
I think Liverpool might do it, man. And to be fair, like I wouldn't really mind.
He's
to be
pointing at
honest.
his badge. I don't know why.
Because Arsenal's going to win.
Oh, is that Arsenal? Oh, okay.
If City don't win it, Arsenal win it. I said it over and over again. Liverpool's not winning the league. Liverpool fans, just relax. Focus on other competitions. You're not winning the league.
That's so ironic that you're saying that. Wallahi, it's so ironic.
How are you telling them?
Liverpool that they're not going to win the league?
This season, they're not winning it.
How are you telling Liverpool though?
Like this, you're not winning it.
Where are you coming from with that though? Where are you coming from with that?
I've said it in previous episodes. I don't feel like Liverpool have the squad depth to make it to.
Wow, you seem to be sitting on a high horse for someone who lost 1-0 to Newcastle.
Yeah, man.
And they beat Brighton 2-1, which
coming back from a 1-0 deficit.
What does that mean?
So they've showed champion mentality early on before you have. And you're telling them sit down. They should be telling you sit down.
And they've won a league a lot more
They
recently
can
than you
sit
guys.
down, but we're gonna show them towards the end of the season that they should be the ones sitting down and they should focus on the other competitions, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, all them things there. Arsenal winning the Premier League if City don't win it, which I don't know. But yeah, see, Liverpool's not winning. That's all I want to say. Liverpool's not winning it.
Bournemouth are ninth in the league with 15 points. Wow, and they only lost 1 in their last 5.
And
at the start of the season,
yeah.
I was there.
They picked up 7 points from 9 games. They beat Arsenal and Man City.
And drew against Villa.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's for the league's best teams. And they
lost against Chelsea though. They lost
7
against
points.
Chelsea.
Yeah, they lost against Chelsea.
Should only be up from here, right?
But we'll see.
I do like when teams like that do like push for something like Europe and that, man.
That might be a dark horse of the season.
Yeah, but you know what always happens?
Yeah, could be that.
I think Europe is a curse for teams like this because the next season they're always
struggle.
bad. Because they ain't got squad depth. Yeah, man.
Games 2 times a
But
week.
Bournemouth is my second team. I'd like to see Bournemouth do well, man.
Since when?
Since
they started doing well.
You've been saying
I was
it?
ripping
Yeah,
the start of
okay.
the season. Yeah, I was ripping them.
Yeah, you went.
Did I not say they're my team to watch?
I don't remember.
Predictions video, go watch. You don't remember a lot, do you? So I wouldn't rely on you on anything. Let's move on to Liverpool versus Brighton at the Anfield Stadium,
Mo Salah.
where Kadioglu
Excellent finish.
Kadioglu got the opener for Brighton in the 14th minute, and then in the second half, the tables quite literally just turned.
Cody Gakpo and then Mohamed Salah.
You know, sometimes for teams like Brighton, I think the Anfield atmosphere can be a lot.
It's the sort of team that would
For any
happen to.
team, man.
Yeah, for any fair,
team,
but I'd say especially more for a team like Brighton, I think the atmosphere can sway things.
Can play its part. Definitely play its part.
And it proved the point where they scored 2 goals in 4 minutes. Or 3 minutes, sorry.
There you go.
Gakpo and
Turned it
Mo
so
Salah.
quickly.
There you go.
That Gakpo goal, what are we saying about that?
Crossed it.
It was. I don't think he meant it.
It was a cross.
No, it was a cross, 100%.
Yeah, okay, it was a cross, and then Nunes tried.
But did it come off the Brighton defender's head? Because Nunes went to head it, but he missed it. Or did he just miss it?
I think it just went in.
Everyone.
Just went for everyone.
One of them ones. Yeah.
Went in.
What's the
Kinda
goal
lucky
from
goal.
Kadioglu that first half? 45th
Oh, yeah,
striker.
that's a great.
Because it was coming away from him.
Yeah.
And he wrapped his leg around it, post, and then
Almost broke the
saved that. I
post.
dare you.
Yeah,
Dare you.
he did.
You do that drug test.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Salah scored the winner. The winner for, but before that, they had the Brighton had
Typical
chances, man.
Yeah.
They had chances through. What was it? Jorginho Rutte, who's through
I
a
know.
goal.
Good pass. And Van Dijk was completely
Van Dijk's
beaten.
aura. Van
Completely
Dijk's
beaten.
aura,
He was
man.
beaten, no. And then Rutte should have scored it, man.
but
Why
jabbed
did he
it from
score
the
that?
goal,
Why?
Yeah, it could have been game over from there. I think 2-0. Then it's done.
That would have been a shocking Premier League
Weekend.
Shocking as in,
100.
whoa, like what's happened? Oh,
yeah. City, Arsenal,
lost,
Liverpool.
City lost, Liverpool draw.
And
That
Chelsea,
would've been mad.
United draw as well.
Last time
been
that happened,
crazy.
or last time that they all lost on the same game week was
You have that stat, well done.
was it 20 years ago or 12 years ago? I forgot what it was.
It was a
very long time
Very
ago.
long time.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think I'll go almost that, if I'm not mistaken. I think Mo Salah has 152 GA in 152 Anfield games in the Prem.
Sounds about right to me.
You know what I mean?
Mo Salah's the truth, man.
would've been
No, not in the Prem, in all comps. Just since he's joined.
Yes,
Because he couldn't have played that many games in the Prem alone. So, yeah.
I'm
I'm pretty sure, don't quote me if I'm wrong, but it's like the same amount of GA in the same amount of
Something,
games.
yeah.
It seems
You know
like
what I
he's
mean?
aging backwards.
It's nuts.
Yeah, because obviously you seen that goal. I said it before we were watching.
You weren't
it.
happy with the
I wasn't
defender?
happy with the defending, man. I'm seeing it like.
Oh, yeah.
It was what's his name?
Estepinian.
I think it was it wasn't Estepinian.
It was Estepinian.
It was Igor. Igor covering for Estepinian. And
you
it's
sure?
like
Checking
I seen it. I was watching the game, and
I
then
don't think you-
you got Salah who's on the edge of the box. You've only got one way to show him, and that is on the outside, down the byline on Salah's right foot. He didn't even attempt to show him on the right foot. And then Salah, obviously, what's he going to do? Quality prevails. You cut in, you score. You shoot, you score. And it was
cash money, man. Made
that's
it
his
too easy.
area. That's his area of the pitch, man. That's his area
Fantastic
of the pitch.
goal, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
defender made it easy for him.
Yeah, defender made it easy for him.
You have to stop that. Or not stop that. You have to make it harder for him. You know, he's left. He can't use his right.
As a manager, he's not
you know,
fuming though.
it's not even like Salah did a skill. He literally just pushed it onto it. Just
push it
literally cut it
on
onto his
one
left
foot and
and
then
bang it.
Banged it top corner.
Goal, man.
And then as a manager, obviously I'd be fuming as well. But Liverpool are currently sitting top of the table, man, with 25 points.
How many points do they have City? 5, innit?
2 points clear of City. 2 points.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is it that close between them two?
Yeah, man, it's still close. It's still very close. City are not far, man.
Oh, we're far.
You're 7 points away from the top.
It was his opinion. So
It wasn't.
yes, it was.
It wasn't. Estepinian was on the left, but I'm saying Igor was on the left.
Mo Salah beat Estepinian for the goal. I just checked it, bro.
You watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, you watched it?
And I said it already to you.
You sure that's the, but they look familiar? You sure they look similar?
Yes. And I said it already, so I was right already before.
Tell us in the comments.
What happens next is you have to listen to me from before.
What?
You have to listen to me from before when I tell you, because I just proved you wrong live or on camera. You said it was Igor when it wasn't Igor. It was Estepinian.
So what do you mean listen to you from before?
So just believe me next time.
Have you ever seen someone prove their point so much? Bro just went on the football highlight just to prove that it was Estepinian.
Because he
Yo,
got it wrong
Sammy,
on
I beg
camera.
you check for me as well. Check for me as well, please.
He just watched it. He's right.
They look similar.
I saw him watch it.
Yo, I see number 30.
If you're wrong now,
this guy.
The Salah second goal, who was it?
If I'm wrong, I'll go yard.
what's the matter with both of you?
Kanate got injured.
Because on camera, he's getting wrong on camera.
Kanate got injured, came off. Yo, everyone's dropping like flies, man. What's going on? So many injuries going on.
So many games happening.
But Kanate is a beast, man.
He's
Kanate,
weird that he don't believe me.
Kanate is so important for Liverpool. I think probably more. I don't know if this is crazy, but probably more important than Van Dijk.
No, it's not.
Should I tell you why? Because he actually defends. I'm not saying Van Dijk doesn't defend, but I'm saying like.
What do you mean by important?
Van Dijk's the most important
better
player.
player is the most important player.
No, I think.
That's not that.
I think okay, take Kanate out of this team. I think he's a bigger miss than Van Dijk.
No
Right now, I think he is.
So you're saying Joe
Actually
Gomez
defends.
can fill in for Van Dijk better than he can fill in for Gomez for Kanate?
I don't
What are you
know.
even saying right now?
The way I'm thinking is that
Sorry, who did you say?
Igor.
That's opinion number 30.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Okay, Liverpool fans, what do you think about that? Do you think that, as he's saying, you think that Kanate is a bigger miss
Let me know in
for
the
the team
comments,
than
man.
Van Dijk?
I think he is. I genuinely think he is.
I don't agree with that. I feel like that's
'Cause
crazy. I feel like that's a crazy take.
Because he does a lot of the sweeping, a lot of the
I don't
aggressive.
really care what he does. I feel like Van Dijk is the
Van
far
Dijk's
better
Van Dijk,
player.
man. Van
so
Dijk's Van Dijk.
He's going to be the more important player.
Szoboszlai got hooked in the 66th minute. Another player that's still not. He still hasn't found his what do you call it? His feet in the Premier League. And yeah, not much else to say. I think Liverpool are top of the table. Do you think they'll win the league? Do you think
have a very high chance of winning?
Do you think they have what it takes, as in the squad and the way they're playing? Obviously, they've got
Of
key
course, they've
players
got
like
the
Salah and
squad.
whatnot.
They've done it before.
They've won 8, drawn 1, lost 1.
That's
Out of 10
that's
games.
Premier League champion
That's
form.
champion form. So
course it's
to say that they're
champion
not going to win it is
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't think
Because
it's crazy.
how do you know that? Because after 10
Of course
games,
I don't
which is
know that.
I've always said is a good enough sample to start judging for the season.
Yeah.
Why can't they win the league? And I hate them. I hate Liverpool as a United fan. I hate
Yeah,
them.
why actually can't they win the league?
Why not?
I said I don't think that they have the squad depth to do it. I don't feel like they do. I feel like all it would take is one injury to Salah, and I feel like the team would be cooked.
Saka, 1 injury.
Yeah, that's all it is.
No,
It's
but-
for anyone though.
And then you're saying Arsenal can win the league over Liverpool.
This is what I'm saying.
One Saka
I'm
injury.
saying Ødegaard out, and it's all long for everyone. Rodri out, it's all long for everybody. If you get your main man injured, it's long. So I'm saying Arsenal's had an injury to flipping Saka and Ødegaard. Thank God it wasn't for too long. But if they get a long-term injury to Salah, I feel like they don't have the depth to cover him. They don't have the quality to cover him, and I feel like you'd see a big fall off.
But
I'm
Salah,
not even just relying on a Salah injury. I hope he doesn't get injured. Obviously, I'm not going to wish injury on anybody. But even besides,
What about
Salah,
beyond that,
I
yeah.
don't feel like they have enough depth between throughout the whole squad for them to see it through to the final stages of the season.
Also, for a lot of periods in games, Liverpool do not play well. They get results, but their football is not, like, wow, Liverpool are playing well, which is obviously a testament to how good they are, because they are still top of the league and they've won 8 games from 10.
Yeah.
So maybe when they do start playing well, it's going to be a problem for everyone. So to say they can't win the league
and they're still top.
and they're still top,
And they're
even
still
when
top.
a lot of players
And
in
lost
games are not
one
playing
game?
well. Yeah,
One
lost
game?
one game to Nottingham Forest at home. We'll talk about later. But
I just don't think they're good enough, man. Like against Arsenal, I have to go to that game. I don't feel like they showed that they can win the league.
Okay.
But that's that.
Let's move on to Spurs versus Villa.
What happened
Sunday,
there, man?
2:00 fixture.
Spurs 4,
Aston Villa were leading
Villa 1.
quite early with a dodgy, not a dodgy, but like
Rodgers header.
not a great goal.
No header, it was like
it was bouncing in the box.
It's not a
and that.
header.
Shot, no.
And Roger scored. And then second half, Spurs gave them 4.
Yeah, slapped it on them.
Son's cross to Brennan Johnson, first goal.
That
Very
was
good.
Very
magical.
good, very good,
Very good.
And
Solanke's dink as
Solanke's
well.
dink.
A lot of good goals for
And then
Spurs.
Richarlison came later on to give an assist.
Who
you
scored
know.
the final goal?
Madison, free kick.
Man, it's a free kick. The quick one, isn't it? He took the mick of that.
I'm looking at
Ref
this.
blew. Go.
Yeah. Thank you.
We talked about their attack not being good enough. I want to take that back. I think I jumped the gun.
That's every week, man.
No. We said he's not good enough. I'm saying he's good enough now.
No, but I don't think it's about good enough or bad enough. I just think Spurs in general are very inconsistent. They'll win this week 4-1, and next week they'll lose 2-0, and then they'll win 1-0, and then they'll draw 2-2. Spurs are a side that you just don't know what Spurs are going to turn up on the week.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think it boils down to their attack, because Son came back this week from injury, and they obviously, like, he makes the attack better.
Yeah.
But when he wasn't there, obviously they was a lot weaker, but they were still scoring goals when he wasn't there. So I just don't think it's necessarily down to the attack. I just think in general, Spurs, you don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to play. I think that's been Angie's Spurs for a while. If they can go on a run of 3-4 games and get wins, then I think they will get top 4. But you just don't know what Spurs are going to turn up. And I think against Aston Villa, they got the better end of the stick, shall we say, and they destroyed them. Which is
Took them to
crazy,
the
because Aston Villa are one of the best teams in the league.
100%.
You know, but I just think it's a testament to, like I said before, Aston Villa against the big sides do struggle quite a bit.
Yeah, I think more
struggle
recently
quite a
though.
bit.
More
Yeah,
recently.
yeah, I think
compared
they're-
to last season when
No,
they
even
were-
last season, last season they beat all the small teams. They're good. Also, they done double over Arsenal.
Double
yeah.
over Arsenal.
Yeah,
I think-
but they beat
beat
City
Chelsea,
once,
I
or
think.
maybe I'm bugging.
I think they
them.
beat Chelsea as
City.
well.
Yeah, but maybe this season in particular, but they're very good at beating the smaller teams, or they should be anyway, from what we've seen before.
Yeah.
But against the bigger teams, they struggle, and then we've seen that again. 4-1.
4-1, yeah, but
bad, that's bad.
But how
It's bad for Villa.
quickly can turn over as well is what's more scary, because with a 1-0 lead going into the second half, you would have expected the game to be a lot more closer than it ended up being. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
very poor from Villa, man. Very poor.
Spurs getting them 4 goals. And what I think the next step for Spurs to be, like you said, is for them to be more consistent.
That's the
If
main
Spurs
thing.
are more consistent, then they'll get a lot more respect and a lot more
A
fear.
lot more respect, yeah.
A lot more fear going into games. And I think right now, especially like if you're like Arsenal fans or United fans or Chelsea fans, we're not really fearful of playing Spurs. I think we maybe even more so look forward to playing against Spurs.
Yeah, I think
You know what I mean?
that's the case of Aston
Because
Villa.
of the style of play that they play.
Yeah, very
It's
high line
gung-ho,
attacking.
highlight.
Yeah.
There's always a goal against them.
100%.
I think Aston Villa
think
thought
that's
that,
why.
and then they were playing in midfield, lost the ball a couple of times in midfield, and then Richarlison assisted Solanke for that.
Yeah.
So Aston Villa, what you said now, there's not really fear playing against Spurs. So Aston Villa came and played their usual game,
Yeah.
and they got
And
bit,
got caught out.
and they got
Yeah.
caught out, and then that's how Spurs capitalized and won.
And it can work for them sometimes, you know what I
Work
mean?
for them, exactly,
But,
yeah,
then,
yeah.
but then you have the odd like game where they're playing against a smaller team, no offense. They will obviously struggle or not create as much chance because there's a deeper block, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Spurs, like United, have conceded the same amount of goals as Arsenal. It's Angie's high line, you know what I mean?
Line, caught out.
Getting caught out and doing so, they scored 5 more goals in the process. So you know what I mean? That's something telling.
Wow.
I'm just putting it out there. You know what I mean?
Don't shoot the
I'm the
messenger.
messenger. I didn't do anything. But yeah, Spurs are 7th in the league with 16 points, and Villa are 18th in the league.
18th.
No, sorry, 6th in the league with 18 points.
Okay.
Sorry, that's what I meant to say. And they've only won 1 game in the last 5. So not great for
But then they're doing really well in Europe. I think in Europe they faced really
they're first.
easy
Whack
games.
teams. That's literally
Yeah,
top.
but they play young boys, Slavia Praha, or something like that. I don't even know. Maybe it's going to catch up to them eventually because they got other cups to play in FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, and Premier League. Do Villa have the squad to play well consistently in 4 competitions?
I don't know. Maybe,
The Villa did
beat
beat
Bayern Munich.
Munich, yeah, but I'm
They've
saying
got
the other 2
Juve
games-
coming up as well. Juve coming up
They got Juve coming up
at
yeah,
Villa
yeah,
Park.
yeah.
At Villa Park. So I'll give credit to them for balancing them both well, because it's not easy for a team to transition from not being a European side at all to then getting into Europe and then balancing both Premier League and Europe and still being in the top 6. That's something you need to credit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's a good feat, but 4-1 is slappage though.
4-1 Savage, yeah. Okay. I think we've done all the big games, right? That's all the big games.
What's the big games? Everything's a big game in the Premier League, bro.
Wolves and Palace next.
Don't do
Premier
that.
League
Don't,
game.
don't try to do
Forest,
that.
has to be Forest.
Forest.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Forest versus West Ham 3-0.
Scorers?
It was Wood again,
Choke.
Callum.
Hudson Odoi, my boy, and Oli Aina. Ola Aina, sorry.
Yes.
With probably contention for goal of the weekend.
And the best post-match interview of the entire season.
Yeah, it's Vibes FC, man. Not
did
Forest,
I
Vibes
didn't
FC.
Yeah, he had a Rabina cut in his hand. He's just talking, laughing. It's a very funny interview. Watch it after. I can't lie. It's funny.
And probably the shock of the season.
He goes, he was tired. That's why he shot and banged top ins.
He should be tired every game then.
Yeah.
Probably shock of the season is Nottingham Forest being third in the Premier League. Who would have thought in match week 10, Nottingham Forest would be 4 points behind
People
Manchester
had him
City?
to go down.
I had them to be good this season.
Did you?
Yeah.
You had him down, man.
When did I have them down?
Force was a surprise package.
Go watch it. First episode of the season.
Yeah, that episode's fugazi, man. I'm telling you.
No. But what we need to talk about is the transition from last season where they were fighting relegation to now they're in the top 3. Obviously, we don't think they're gonna keep that up.
They're not gonna stay there, of course. They're gonna fall off, but they're doing very well so far. The team's clicking.
we don't know that.
Their attack is clicking.
No, chill out. They'll stay
Because
there.
they have a good core of players.
You think they're gonna finish top 4?
I don't think they might not. I don't think they'll finish top 4, but I'm saying
They're not gonna finish top 6.
I think top 10, they're happy. They're happy top 10.
top half of the table.
7,
very
8,
good,
9,
very
10th.
good for it.
That's
Very good.
No, of course.
Considering they were in a
Fantastic.
relegation battle.
Just
It's very
about
good.
scraped last season relegation. But then have Elanga and Cho on the wings, very dynamic. Morgan White in the 10, and sometimes Elliot Anderson from Newcastle who joined in the summer was very good, by the way.
Elliot Anderson is
top.
a baller.
Very good
No, but I
player.
didn't think he was that good. The way he moves, I'm looking at him like,
Baller,
what?
bro. And thing up top, Chris Wood. You know his movement for that first goal was so good.
He's a
That's
proper
genuinely
striker. He's a
such
proper striker.
He's doing this and he came back inside and then went there and then he's a top striker, best striker in the league right now on form.
I think last season they were playing Awoni.
Awoni came off the bench.
How do you
Yeah,
say it?
Taiwo Awoni.
I thought it was Awoni. And
Yeah,
who's that one?
Awoni.
Awoni. There's a
Awoni.
Y at the end, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Awoni.
I don't know. I don't think you pronounce it like that.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. I'm not
No
sure.
offense.
Awoni, I think.
Yeah,
And then who's the
Taiwo
other
Awoni,
one?
yeah.
There was someone else. that was
Where's
playing.
he now?
Striker.
I don't know.
He's on the bench.
I think-
Injured
might be
though.
on the
He's on bench.
Nah,
he's holding
on
bench.
Chris Wood, man.
But he had the
He was
period
kicking last season
though.
though.
Huh?
They had a period, yeah.
Yeah, it's cooking. It's going against Arsenal and that,
He was ringing
remember?
bells.
And then
Chris Wood's the guy right now, man. Chris Wood is the guy.
And then
That's another great goal as well.
West Ham, man. What's going on with West Ham? Another game, another loss. What like is it like Lopetegui's still here? I thought by now they would have.
What do you think they're waiting for?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe he'd go before Ten Hag, possibly.
He beat us 2-1 last week. West Ham beat United 2-1 last week and Ten Hag went. So thank
They'll
you,
recall Moyes.
West Ham, for that. Nah.
I think they'd have to apologize to him if they were to get
Sincere
him.
apology.
Yeah, sincere apology
And give him a better contract.
and give him a better contract. Then maybe he.
I'm really gassed to on Tottenham Forest, the sort of rejuvenation of Hudson Odoi. It's like he's found his feet now. He's found his team. He steps up for them and he scores bangers on bangers all the time. He's
Yeah.
always like his trademark is to cut in
Yeah.
and either cross it back post or whip it top corner.
That's his trademark shot.
This time
Since-
the shot took a bit of a deflection.
Yeah,
but it's
little
still
one,
trademark
but it's his
show.
trademark shot. Yeah.
Very, very good, man. I'm very happy for him. One of my favorite players to watch.
West Ham are 14th with 11 points.
Surprising, I thought they'd be lower. 'Cause
Yeah,
they
they're
have
not
been
doing
shocking.
too bad,
They've been shocking this season.
but they are only.
I think based
5
on
points.
performances, they've probably been the worst team. They've not been good at all.
They've and they've underperformed for the squad and the players that they have.
Yeah. I'm surprised Lopetegui's still in charge over there. Not sure what the next step is for them. Can't lie.
Okay, let's move on to Wolves versus Crystal Palace 2-2. It's a very, very
That was
interesting
an
game.
interesting game.
Very,
Half
very
five on Saturday.
entertaining game.
Yeah.
And I think
That goal
Chalobah
scorers.
opened the goal scoring for Crystal
With
Palace
a banger, by the way.
with a banger, and then Strand Larsen got the equaliser, and then
That's all Matthias Cunha though. That assist from Cunha. The
both,
way he
both
brought
goals,
it down.
both goals.
Yeah.
And then João Gomez made it 2-1, and then Gerhi. Two centre backs scored for Crystal
Palace,
Palace,
yeah.
and
No
Wolves.
Eze.
You know this? Palace scored at the end,
got disallowed.
Yeah, got disallowed.
That was controversial.
What do you reckon?
Oh, the Mateta one.
Nah, I'm not a fan of
Yeah.
that. I'm not a fan
I
of
don't
that.
know. It's strange.
I think
He had
that-
2 hands on the ball, but it's like the instant he touched him, and it wasn't really a foul.
It wasn't a
so
foul.
to
It wasn't a
speak.
foul on the keeper at all.
I think it's just the fact that he had the 2 hands on it. What's the
Yeah,
rule?
yeah.
If you got 2 hands,
I think
you can't
you
touch
can't-
the
yeah,
keeper.
you
I
can't.
think so. Yeah.
If that's the rule, then that's the
I'm not a
rule.
fan of that though. But yeah.
Oh no,
It's weird. It's weird.
It's weird.
It's a weird one. I think. It's a weird
It was a match between the relegation.
Are they both on? Wolves haven't won a game yet.
They haven't won a game yet.
Palace have won
That
one.
was crazy.
Palace have won one game. Palace have won one game, and they've only 4 points separate them. But what's more interesting is the fact that Wolves have still not won a game. Still.
This was a chance for Wolves to win. Palace had no Ebery Eze, who was out injured and is out injured until the end of this month. And they're without a win. The perfect team to play is the team that only won one game all season.
It's like it was made for each other.
And Cunha was on fire as well.
He was on fire, yeah.
I think Cunha probably needs to go.
Yeah,
I think
needs
the
to
end of
move
the
next
season.
He's been held back.
Because considering the fact they came from Atletico Madrid, bro. Atletico Madrid to Wolves.
Yeah. One of the best teams in Europe.
That's
Playing
upsetting.
Champions League
So a team that
football.
hasn't won a game in the Premier League season yet.
But
Well,
yeah,
I think one of the only ones in Europe's top 5 leagues.
probably.
That's just under 100 teams.
I think did Ipswich win as well? I think Ipswich won
No,
one
they
game.
never.
drew.
Ipswich haven't won a game yet as well. They
Is
drew.
it?
Oh, have they won at all?
But they're on 5 points. They have 5 draws.
Yeah, 5 draws.
Oh wow. Okay, we'll get to Ipswich next then.
My team, man. My team.
Ipswich versus Leicester again.
Screamer scored in that game.
Leaf
Screamer
Davis on his left
from-
foot.
Yeah. Goal of the weekend.
Whacked
I'd
that
say
across
so.
the keeper.
Goal of
And I
the
believe
weekend.
Jordan Ayew scored.
Jordan Ayew.
Jamie
Yeah,
Vardy
very late
pass.
though.
See,
Very late.
Vardy's pass to Ayew.
Yes.
Literally, one of the last few minutes of the game, that him and Vardy, nice combination.
Yeah.
Ipswich, man. I love Ipswich, but they're gonna go down. They haven't won a game.
This is a
And
perfect game for them to get points.
Yeah.
3 points.
They should have won this game, man. They should have won this game against a Leicester side who are not that good, who do have some very good players.
Yeah,
Kondo
yeah.
Bonanotte, who's been actually the
Bonanotte.
best player this season, probably.
Yep.
Mavididi, Fatau.
Yeah. Good core players.
Good core players, but yeah, Ipswich, man. I think until the red card by Callum Phillips, in the last 15 minutes,
it was
Ipswich
quite
were
late.
dominating. They are actually a good team, man, and they are
And fun to
very
watch.
unlucky.
Yeah.
They're just very unlucky, man. You know, like 70 minutes in that game, they're dominating. Also had the 1-0 lead, and Phillips got sent off.
And it
Disappointing.
went, yeah.
And then Leicester just scored because Ipswich have 10 men, but I do hope they get the win soon.
I think once they get the first win,
Then hopefully they get a couple more.
It
I
will
think
start-
they know it's not a thing where they got to sack the manager, because McKenna is a very good manager.
Yeah.
And he's worked with a lot of core of these players. Connor Chaplin, small dicks from the Championship.
yeah.
Sam Morsey,
Sam
skipper.
Morsey.
But yeah, so hopefully Ipswich can get a win on the board, because I really, really like watching them play.
And
It's not looking good right now for them.
the last game is Southampton versus Everton.
Yeah.
It was a late goal. Nothing, not much to that game. I won't lie. Armstrong scoring for
Good finish though, Adam
Southampton.
Armstrong.
Yeah, but he's not really been playing for Southampton this season. He's not been leading the line for them. It was he's been leading the line for.
Brenton Diaz.
Was it Brenton Diaz?
And then recently it's been
Cameron Archer.
Cameron Archer
That's the one,
recently. Yeah.
So he was there. I think one of the better players in the championship. So nice to see him get some minutes, and he scored the winner for them, man. And considering the goal that got ruled out for Beto, unfortunate. Beto scored a goal that was ruled out.
Good goal as well.
Good goal, the equalizer.
Just offside.
Just offside.
Just offside.
And he scored last week as well, and it's nice to see. I like Beto. He's a good player.
Good player, man.
And yeah, look, it's nothing much to say about that game. Southampton just above Wolverhampton. Wanderers
in 19th?
In 19th, 1 point ahead of them.
Dibbling's been quiet for the past few weeks.
Yeah, but he's a kid, still 18.
The kid, yeah.
I mean, you get
Their
those.
team is just not.
I don't think it's Premier League, but I do like their manager, and I do like that.
Russell Martin.
I do like that they're not changing their ways. I know you're not a fan of it, but I'm actually a fan of it. I like when
How can you be a fan of it when you're bottom of the
because it makes for better spectacles. I hate when the Premier League everyone
better spectacle?
No.
it's better, like games, like the games are much more enjoyable.
No, I'm
when,
saying, what do you mean by that? Like they're second last in the league. Why does it matter?
I'm
Good
saying
for
as a
them, it's not good for them.
neutral. I'm not
No,
saying
of course for
that. Yeah,
yourself.
as a neutral, I'm saying like I like to see teams not change their way of playing because they in the Premier League now.
But I feel like you
I'll
can't
tell
be
you-
I
too
think
stubborn.
tweak it a little bit.
I think
I'll tell you something about the
far too
managers. I'll tell you
stubborn.
something about the managers. Yeah, these managers like Russell Martin, like Vincent Company, it's sad to see, but they don't actually care about their team. Like back in the day when you had Tony Pulis with Stoke City, when you had Sam Allardyce with West Ham, these guys care about their team and they actually want to protect them and just get points.
Yeah.
These managers now of the new era, it's like they're auditioning for a bigger job
to show what they can do.
Vincent Company literally got relegated and he got one of the best jobs in Europe.
Bayern Munich.
So it shows you that if you have a play style,
Maybe
bigger teams will always
That's a
look
very good point,
and
you know.
it's like it's for the game's gone.
Maybe that's why
You know what I
they
mean?
play like
There's no
that.
connection to the
Maybe
club
that's why
anymore.
they're not changing it.
There's no love for the club anymore, no affinity for the club anymore. It's like if you lose, I reckon they don't care. They go yard and say, "Oh, play football, it's calm." But as long as I audition for a bigger job and I guess something elsewhere for my career, it's a career thing. It's a career thing. No one actually cared about the club. Like Tony Pulis back in the day.
I think those managers, Tony Pulis, Mark Hughes,
you know what I mean? 4-4-2,
Sean
tall
Dyche.
strikers, fast wingers. Get the ball up, get it long, and play on the counter attack.
job done.
Why? But massive centre backs. You know what I mean? No playing out from the back. No nonsense. No shit. Just kick it. Wait, I want to say shit.
You censored yourself. You censored
No, he censored
the wrong word.
non-swearing.
No, but I think that's a good point, you know. But I think
I don't
I think
like
more
it.
so those managers, they cared and took more pride in keeping
They love their
the team afloat
Yeah.
and
Away
keeping
from
them.
relegated.
They got more joy from that.
You know what I mean? And back in the day when a team's like
That's their
struggling,
draw. That's their winning the league.
when a team's
Yeah.
struggling, you're literally. That's
You know
that's
what's cool?
That's so
Like-
lit. I love that.
You know-
Some
you
other
know-
guys,
you know
big
what's
Sam, when
cool,
you're
yeah.
about to go down.
Yeah.
Like Sam,
Come
I
on,
know
save us.
you're out right now, but can we use you for like the last 20
And
games?
you know what
Wallahi,
he's
save
gonna
them.
do. You know what he's gonna do.
Every time.
Save them.
It's a
Tony
good point.
Pulis, Stoke City.
He's spitting.
So
Wallahi, he's spitting,
good,
he's
man.
spitting.
But the game's gone now. Man just want to audition for bigger jobs. So Russell Martin.
Could do a separate video like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Could do,
We could
yeah,
do something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, Russell Martin's an example of that. So yeah.
And then there is one more game that obviously
Tomorrow.
we haven't spoken about.
Fulham
That's
Brentford.
Fulham Brentford. Good game to be fair. But
yeah.
we're recording on
Also,
Sunday night, so we can't see that.
In other news, Cardiff City scored 2 late goals.
Oh gosh.
To beat Norwich 2-1 at home.
Okay.
Come on! 2 late goals!
All right, guys. Thank you very much
Last
for
minute,
tuning
last minute,
in
man.
Up the Blues.
and watching this Premier League roundup, where we got to enjoy my companion here, this Arsenal fan, weekly. You know, he seems to be losing, and tune in next week when hopefully Chelsea beat Arsenal, and you'll be wearing a Chelsea top if you lose.
No.
Pathetic. Anyways, thank you guys for joining. Make sure you follow all the socials. Make sure you join the journey and get us to 1K, and we will be doing a giveaway, a shirt of your choice, any shirt, whether it was from the 1990s or whether it's from the 2020s. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Obrigado.
Take care.
Obrigado.
Peace.
That's a good one. Stay along for the journey. Follow the journey. What did you say?
I don't know what I said.
It was good though.
It's a good one. Yeah,
Next
freestyle.
week, next
Hey, I'm so tired. Leave it there.
Next week.